Good morning, it is Monday the 13th of March, and as you probably might have noticed, there was no material of a vlog last week recorded and no updates on what I was up to, and that is because I spent the entire week with an absolutely horrendous bout of either a stomach bug, maybe food poisoning. That basically took me out for the entire week. I missed work, didn't really get any jobs done, didn't get any research done, didn't get any more illustrations done. I basically bounced between the bed and the bathroom for the vast majority of it. So that was great, that was fun, loved that. Now, time to get back and get going. Just over the last weekend, I have got started into my most recent illustration. My plan after the craft fair always was that I wanted to do some piece of St. Patrick's Day related art to have ready for St. Patrick's Day coming up. I also wanted to get a video recorded that talked a lot about the history of St. Patrick, particularly as it sort of related to Armagh specifically, and go into detail on different sort of art and depiction of St. Patrick as well. But that all obviously took a big 7-day gap because of not being physically capable to get anything done. So we have started it over the weekend. It does give me a very short window to get it completed, and the idea I have for the illustration is actually probably a little bit more complex than a lot of stuff I've done before. It will be more, I think, intricately detailed, or at least that is the plan. Now, with virtually an entire week taken out of the time frame to get it done, I'm going to have to see what we can get done in the time that we have. But that is currently where we're at, and right now it is about to rain, so I am going to stop recording and try and get home before I get soaked. So we're up here at the Gathering Rooms here in Armagh, up at the famous number 5 on Vickers Hill. It's a lovely little place to come in, to pop in for like coffee or something to eat, but we stopped in for a quick bowl of soup because we got absolutely soaked on our little walk there in the rain. But when I was here, one of the interesting things that I seen is there's this lovely little carousel full of different cards that I seen as soon as I walked in the door. And as Mother's Day is coming up, there are a lot of Mother's Day cards there, and I actually asked the lady who was serving us about the cards, and she had told me that the cards that they have on display here are actually made by some of the volunteers that work here. One of the things that I knew about the Gathering Rooms previously was they do a lot of work where they bring in volunteers who have autism to, you know, give them a place to come and to experience work in a cafe environment. And I didn't actually know that they did these kind of workshops with them to create different crafts and so on. She actually explained there's, I think it's a room up above where the cafe is, where they would go and do these kind of little workshops, which is, I think it's an absolutely fantastic idea. But some of these little cards, there's absolutely lovely ones here. They have a look through the carousel, different little ones for Mother's Day. They have a few different like ones that are photographs for areas around Armagh. So I might have to sneak the kids up here at some point in the next week to pick something up for Mother's Day, but they'll absolutely lovely. So hopefully we're going to head on now, and hopefully it is a little bit drier than it is when we left. So I don't really fancy getting drowned again.
Talk about the textures on the cover. What does it look like?
Now I ended up down at the Crack Pot here in town for a little bit of coffee and hot chocolate. I've actually become more consciously aware that I seem to spend more time in these vlogs out drinking coffee and eating yummy pastries than I actually do doing any artwork, and maybe that's something I need to consider a little bit more. This painting in the bathroom with a crack pot is how I feel every second of every day. So this morning I talked about how we'd lost about a week's worth of time because of me being sick, and now I was under quite a lot of pressure to get my work done in time. And so far today I have went out to lunch. I have went and got coffee. I went shopping and bought myself some new clothes and shaved myself a moustache and went and got my haircut. So that wasn't the most productive use of my time. So yeah, really gotta start going now. Let's get some illustrating done. Stopped in here at the crackpot to maybe have a cup of coffee and wait until the snow got a little bit lighter for a walk home, but it only seems to be getting heavier and heavier and heavier, so that's fun, that's enjoyable. Looks like we'll be having quite a trek. We did have plans today. We were actually heading up to a little meet and greet with Máiréad Duffy, a local Armagh artist. Currently has her exhibition up in the Marketplace Theatre, so we were going to go up, have a look at the exhibition, get to meet Máiréad. We actually did meet her at the craft fair there the other week. We got speaking to her. She's a painter, but also she works down in the Southern Regional College, the tech that I would have studied my national diploma in art and design in back in the day. So we were looking forward to seeing her. I'm not sure if this weather is going to have any kind of impact on it. We're going to have to wait and see how it goes, but at the moment it really doesn't look like it's letting up at all. Joy. Had to go and make our moves because this snow, as you can see, is not showing any signs of slowing down, so I think it's time to just get moving, get back home. Not sure what this is going to do for our plans for the day, but I was going to say come rain or shine, but I suppose come snow or sleet, we still got plenty more illustration to get done, so we can go back and start into that regardless. But it is actually quite beautiful. It's lovely. Unexpected, cold, wet, but lovely. Snow and very cold, very wet, so I've dried myself off. Thankfully the snow outside does seem to be subsiding, so that's a great sign. Quite a lot of snow still about on the road, so we got in touch with the Marketplace Theatre just to make sure that the event that we were heading to was still planned to go ahead. They have let us know that as far as they're aware, there hasn't been any changes to the schedule. Everything is still set to go ahead, so that's great. We're gonna go get dressed into some nice dry clothes and head off to the Marketplace Theatre here in Armagh to check out the exhibition by Máiréad Duffy and get a little bit of a chat with her about her work and a little bit of a look. I think she's doing a demonstration at it as well, so that's very exciting. So we're gonna head up there now. Time to get ready. We've all finished up our fun little morning and afternoon adventure, meeting Máiréad Duffy, getting to have a look through her exhibition, hear the stories behind some of the artwork that she has on display, and it was a really great time. It's one thing to go and see like beautiful work in a gallery being exhibited, but when you get an opportunity to speak to the artist and to hear the stories and the inspiration that go behind that work, it just adds so much more depth to all the pieces that you can see. So I'm going to stick links to all of Máiréad's website, social media, everything down in the description below. Definitely go and check her out. Just beautiful, incredible, fantastic work by a really great person. I am currently sitting up in the studio area / recording area / desk in the corner of the bedroom area, working on this illustration. This is the illustration that I want to get done for this week. Kind of all of the plans of my content for Instagram and for YouTube as well centers around me getting this illustration finished, and I have some kind of other material that I want to go along with it. But I did set out at the start of the week that realistically, if I am going to get everything on this sort of to-do list for this week completed, I need to have this illustration finished by today at the latest. And it is starting to come together. I'm definitely looking at it, and I can see that we are getting closer to what I would call a final piece, and closer to what I had in my mind when I kind of came up with the idea for this piece. So we're moving in the right direction. I think there's only realistically about one little thing, one area that I kind of need to work on to have it finished for tonight. I really do hope that it's not one of those cases where you think I've only one little thing left to do, and that one little thing happens to be an absolute marathon that takes almost as long as everything else up until that point, which does happen. But I'm going to say fingers crossed that that's not going to be the case. And I am quietly determined that I'm not going to sleep tonight until this is done. And I said that so convincingly that even I almost believed it. Getting later, still working away, but I think I'm starting to see the finish line in sight for this piece. When I talked earlier and said about how I was kind of having one little hurdle that I think we needed to get over first, and I really hope that it didn't turn out to be one of those big marathon hurdles. I don't think it has, thankfully. I think we've cleared that hurdle, and I'm heading into kind of final touches, so hopefully that's not going to take too long. But no, we're zooming along here, and I might actually get this finished tonight and at a relatively decent time. So let's get this finished. It's done. It's done. I'm looking at it right now. It's done. Actually, wait a second. It's actually done. It's properly done. There was one little thing that wasn't done. It's done. It's finished. It is finished, thank God. Still going to be pretty tight, even with this finished. It will be tight to get everything done for St. Patrick's Day that I want to have ready to go. But having this out of the way and this completed, it's definitely going to give me the best opportunity to be able to kind of tick all those boxes. So it is finished, and I'm going to go get a nice little cup of lavendery, appley something tea and go to bed because I'm tired. I'm very tired. I have a very early start in the morning to do lots and lots of fun research, which makes amazing vlog material. So that's great. That'll be fun. See you then. It is Wednesday. I've spent most of this morning doing a lot of my research for the next video that we're going to be putting up on the channel. Managed to get everything done, research completed, it was scripted. It's just going to be a case of trying to sit down tonight to record the video. And then we have a special little trip tomorrow morning, which I think is going to include some footage that's going to get edited into the video that we'll be recording tonight, which I'm quite excited about. It is again something a little bit different, similar in a way to what we did with the AI art video, but again a little bit different, but something I'm very excited to try. You know, I talked about how I wanted to bring different kind of content to the channel, and this is going to be definitely a good example of it. Actually, at the moment I have some of my prints on the very nice large framed Reimer's piece. I'm bringing them back down to the crack pot. We did take all of our kind of framed pieces with us to the craft fair. I plan to get this stuff back down, particularly the prints, because we did sort of notice when we were at the craft fair that the prints were the thing that really did seem to sell, probably a little bit better than the framed pieces, obviously because they are a little bit more affordable. It's something that people can see and they can pick up at a relatively low price. But we've got them there. We're gonna drop down, pop them back into Scott, and hopefully get more people seeing the work. I've got the little QR codes on our pricing cards, so people will always be able to, at the very least, go and check out the Instagram page and see what we're doing. But we're going to be heading back after this and getting recording with the next video. And then we've actually got the work back in again, which good to have it back out into the world. It's not going to sell sitting in the bedroom. So now it is having a bit of a miserable day, so we're going to shoot back to the house. Got some dinner time and bed times to get done, and then sitting down, lighting a few candles and getting this video recorded. So plenty to get done, never really seems to end. Oh well, all good. It'll be worth it if we get everything finished for Friday. We'll just have to wait and see. But we are getting there. On the subject of getting everything ready for Friday, I think we're in a pretty good place, because I didn't actually plan to get the entire video researched and scripted this morning. And not only that, I think some of the information that I came across in my research, it was probably even better than what I thought we were going to get. I think when I'm looking at a lot of the work that I'm doing featuring specifically on the city of Armagh, just the kind of wealth of information that I was able to discover about the subject of the video. We are booked in tomorrow to go and have a tour of the Church of Ireland's Cathedral with the Stuart, Mandy and Lee, who we're going to be meeting. And so much of the story of St. Patrick is tied up in the Church of Ireland Cathedral. So I'm going to be talking about the building in the video, and then I'm going to be talking about certain really objects of interest that exist in the St. Patrick's Cathedral, and the fact that I'm going to get to go up there and see them firsthand, get footage of them to go along with me chatting away about them, I just think would really benefit the video. Plus I'm just really excited. It's an interesting, it's a beautiful building with a really interesting history, and from what I've read, there's a lot of really interesting artifacts up there, and it's something that I've lived in the city my entire life, or a couple of years. I lived in Belfast and I've never actually went and really had a proper look around the building. And considering that the first Armagh based illustration that I actually produced prominently featured the cathedral, it is a little bit of it's a little bit ridiculous that I haven't yet actually taken a real good look at the building itself. So really excited about that, really excited about the potential of the video. Obviously people are going to be searching stuff about St. Patrick's Day, definitely in the run up to the actual holiday on Friday, hence the deadline to get everything ready. But I mean, even, you know, beyond that fact, people looking up information about Armagh, people looking up information about the architecture of the city, and then every year when St. Patrick's Day does roll around, it's another opportunity to have people find the content and to watch the videos that we're doing. It is actually starting to get really windy, so the audio is probably going to get terrible. I'm gonna stop recording and go home. I've got things to do, and one of them is to not get soaked in the rain. So talk to you about it. Hi, good morning. It is Thursday morning, the day before St. Patrick's Day. We got our video for St. Patrick's Day all filmed last night, and I got up earlier this morning. Got the majority of the video edited as well. We are very soon to be heading off now for our little tour of the Church of Ireland, St. Patrick's Cathedral. So gonna get ready for that. I'm not sure if it's going to be footage just going to be included in the video we've already made, or if it's going to be a separate video. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait till we get up there and just sort of see what the tour's like. But we're going to be heading there shortly, so I'm going to go home, get a little bit of coffee, and get ready to go. So there we are, we have just finished up all of our filming at the Church of Ireland Cathedral for the St. Patrick's Day video. So really fun. It was great to go there. It was great to actually have a look around and chat to Lee, the guy who showed us around. Very knowledgeable guy, you know, helped fill in a lot of little bits of history and information that my research didn't quite cover. So that was great. Gotta go home and get everything edited. It's Thursday, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. I need to get all of the video ready and uploaded, preferably tonight, because I imagine, you know, you do things like this because you expect people are going to be searching it into stuff like YouTube, so it helps get the video seen, but people will probably be looking up today, so realistically I want to get it up by this evening. So lots of editing to do tonight. That's going to be fun, but oh well, it's all good. There's a rainbow. I wonder, can you see this? Let's turn around. Can we see the rainbow? Oh, it's not showing up. It's just here. You can kind of see something. It's the world's smallest rainbow. Lovely. I'm going to take that as a good luck sign. Oh wait, St. Patrick's Day, end of the rainbow. Why didn't I even think about that? It's starting to disappear now. I mean, somebody's found the pot of gold. That or the leprechauns just did a runner. He's just ran off. So who knows. Anyway, plenty of work to do. Let's go. And there we have it. That is everything that I've got up to this week. Hope you've enjoyed checking out the little vlog, keeping up to date with everything I'm getting on with. As I said, I'm going to stick a little link down below for St. Patrick's Day video, although St. Patrick's Day has now passed by the time this vlog goes out. It's never too early to learn a little bit about Irish and Armagh history, so the link for that video will be down below. Do make sure you're liking, subscribing, doing all those things, and there'll be plenty more coming up. See you then.